UFC 280 card is the most stacked card I have seen in a long time. There is no doubt that you could take the prelims and put it on its own fight night card and it would still be a great card, right? Let's look at the card. Let's break this down fight by fight, right? Is this early prelims? This is probably early prelims. Cara Rosa, Lena Landsberg. Number 9, number 12 bantamweight bout, right? Then we've got Mohamed Makhachev, however you say his name. He's the British fighter who called out McGregor, said, don't disrespect me, fight me, blah, blah, blah. He's the flyweight bout against Malcolm Gordon. That's going to be a cracking fight. Malcolm Gordon of Canada. Canada is home to me and the UK at the same time. So interesting matchup for me. Then we've got Armen Petrosan and AJ Dobson. You've got the Russian versus the US. Always controversial fight when you get those two at each other. Then you got two Russians. You got, I'm going to balls this up truly. We've got Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov versus Gauzi Amagazeev. Both Russian fighters fighting against each other. Then we've got, that's a welterweight bout. Then we've got Zubaira Tukhugov versus Lucas Almeida. I am probably fudging these names up. But both of these fighters, I think Zubaira, if I'm right, is under Khabib's kind of coaching. And then you've got Volkan Ozdemir and Nikita Krylov. That's number 8, number 10 at light heavyweight. And then you've got Makhmud Muradov versus Chao Baralho of Brazil. Baralho. That's a middleweight bout. And then you've got Bilal Muhammad versus Sean O'Brady, number 5 and number 8 welterweight division. I mean, that card alone is stacked. You could take that, throw it on UFC Fight Night. I'd watch it any day of the week. I know a few of these names. I don't know all of them. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I know all these names. I hashed half their names. I don't even fucking know half of them. But still, gonna be cracking fights. They've built this card in Abu Dhabi to be an absolute sensation of a card. Then we jump into the main event. The main event, the most stacked card this year, 100%, right? We kicked the fight off, and I just clicked on the wrong fight. We've got Caitlin Chikagian versus Manon Fiorot. It's a French name. I'm assuming that's how it's spelled. I haven't seen either of these women fight. But statistically, you've got 18-4 versus a 9-1, right? In the women's flyweight bout. Both women, insane shape. It will be an interesting fight. Now we come into the more interesting fights, right? The main event. This is why a lot of people purchase the pay-per-views. We've got Beneil Dariush, who was supposed to be the backup fighter for the main card, but obviously then there's some controversy because Alex Volkanovski has kind of stepped in and UFC have made that official, and I'm not sure if they've actually clarified that yet, but again, it's something. They brought him in undercard. He's versus Gamrot, who's up and coming in the division. Now, this fight's going to be extremely interesting because you've got kind of two high-level wrestlers, two very high-level records on the line. You've got 21-4 and you've got 21-1. Both at the same height, both at the same weight, both pretty much have the same reach advantage. Beneil Dariush is slightly longer in both leg reach and regular reach by about 1.5 inches. So, well, interesting fight. It's a great fight to start kind of that fourth fight because after that, we've got a Sean O'Malley and Peter Yan fight, which pretty much gives you nearly number 1 contender for the bantamweight division. You've got a number 1 versus number 12. When was the last time we saw something like that? That was Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns. That's when you saw two fighters at that level of distance between. You could potentially say Alex Pereira, Sean Strickland, very close, potentially. Right? So you've got those two lining up, which is an awaited fight because it will test Sean O'Malley to the potential that he's made out to be, right? Is he as good a fighter as he makes out? Is Peter Yan going to be able to get close to him, take him down, blah, blah, blah. Odds are in Peter Yan's favor right now. Right now, the spread is 500. 305 and 255. That's 550, right? 550 spread, Peter Yan to win. Sean O'Malley is the underdog. He is the person who's in the latter part of the rankings. Peter Yan's number 1. The fact Peter Yan has accepted this fight, I think needs respect. If Sean O'Malley wins, he could get a title fight, or they might pair him up against, what's his name? The other guy who's up and coming in bantamweight, and I can't think of his name. The guy who beat Aldo devastatingly. Next fight. Aljamain Sterling defends his bantamweight bout against TJ Dillashaw. They give TJ Dillashaw championship bout. I think he's got Dana White privilege. That's how it seems. That's an opinion. Sorry if it offends you, but I feel like he's been giving... He has been given the title shot. But really, who else is there at this stage that really deserves it? We've done Peter Yan twice. We don't need to see a third fight right now. Right now. Maybe next year. They've given TJ that title fight. TJ wins. Clears a drug test. No problem. He earns the respect of the people. Right? After being off for quite some time. Aljamain Sterling defends. Aljamain Sterling defends, retains the title. Who's next? Sean O'Malley? It's an interesting matchup. If Sean O'Malley wins. If Peter Yan wins and then Aljamain Sterling wins, are we going to play that back? Is that going to be worth playing it back? You tell me. You tell me. And then the main event. We've had multiple videos on these two in the last couple of weeks. Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev. Number 1, number 4. Right now, Islam Makhachev's favorite to win by a spread of nearly 325. We've got 155 to minus 180. Plus 155 to minus 180. Will the Russian win? Will Charles Oliveira win? It's a great card. That's the rundown for today. And if you've watched 7 minutes and 39 seconds into this video, appreciate every single one of you who have watched this long. And you should probably hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that little bell that notifies you the next time I drop a video. I look forward to next weekend. I'll see you all on the live stream. See you on the next one.